Hi, so today we're going to be exploring the breath as a self-regulation tool. If you've worked with me before, you know what self-regulation tools are. If you don't, it's essentially anything that allows you to settle, you and your nervous system to really just rest. So helping you feel comfortable, safe, and I like to work with inner self-regulation tools because they are self-reliant. They're not, this self-care fad of relying on a spa or money to go out to eat. It's really just something you can access at any time, anywhere, without, I guess, regardless of the external factors. So the breath is often known as the most central and accessible tool for stabilizing the nervous system. And that is because the breath is connected to the cerebral cortex in the brain, which is responsible for emotions and memories, which is really interesting that the breath can help to release that emotional stress and tension. So let's see, when we're experiencing stress and anxiety, as many of us are around the world right now, our bodies physically contract. Our diaphragm contracts. So that means, it's not just the diaphragm, which is responsible for the breath, but it's the abdomen and the chest and the shoulders and kind of that whole contraction. And so what does that do? That constriction sends a message to our nervous system, of threat, of essentially putting us into fight and flight response. And so the breath, deepening the breath or working with the breath can, of course, help fill the lungs, help bring health and vitality to the lungs, but it can also open up the entire body. So moving away from that shallow kind of fight-flight breath towards a more soothed, natural breath that can help us come back to rest and digest rather than fight and flight. So talking about stress, so for me, I experience anxiety on and off throughout my adult years since college. It had settled quite a bit, but it's come back in this past year. And I know for me personally, when someone says, come in, deep in your breath or take a deep breath, when I'm experiencing, a high level of stress or anxiety, that's actually activating for me. So it's stimulating for me, and it's as if it sends a signal that what I'm doing is not okay, and it does not help me to settle. So I name this for you to know that there's different practices and different self-regulation tools that work for each of us and our individualized needs. So we all come here with different lived experiences, different coping mechanisms, and we all find support through different tools. So know that through this practice, if the breath is stimulating for you, you can return to the grounding, centering, orienting, anything that helps you to feel supported and safe. So I think that covers at least a brief introduction of the breath. Of course, we could talk about the breath for a whole course. But for now, I just really want to give you an experience. So coming into a comfortable seated position, the invitation is to stay seated. But if you feel you really need to be resting on your back, that's also okay. If you're seated, you can be on the ground or in a chair on the couch. If you're in the chair or the couch, I will encourage you to have the soles of your feet making direct contact with either the earth or putting a pillow or a blanket or something if your feet don't meet the earth, because that really provides that extra grounding. So just coming into the most comfortable position you can. Allowing yourself to take up space here. And then whenever you're ready, you may choose to softly close the eyes or soften the gaze by looking at one point on the ground in front of you. And from here, just checking in with your body, finding length through the spine, reaching up through the crown of your head, softening the shoulders, releasing any tension in the jaw, allowing the tongue to release from the top of your mouth, maybe parting the lips slightly. Softening the cheeks, the space between the eyes. Really rooting down through your sitting bones into the earth. Really feeling into the support from the ground beneath you. Really allowing Mother Earth to hold you in this moment and in all of your intensities. Knowing that Mother Earth is always there. This support from the earth is always there. And from this place, we can begin to connect with the breath. Connecting from a place of observation rather than from a place of needing to fix or change. And you may even like to bring a quality of evenness in the inhalation and the exhalation. So the aim here is for the breath, excuse me, the aim here is for the breath to be comfortable. So we're not straining or forcing the breath in any way. We're just observing that effortless, natural rhythm of the breath. Really just honoring the integrity of your breath, just the way it is. Honoring the wholeness of you, just the way you are. From here, I'll invite us to take a few grounding breaths. So your gaze can stay softly closed if that's supportive. And we'll inhale through the nose. And as we exhale through the nose, we may visualize the breath moving from the crown of our head all the way down through the body and out through the soles of the feet. So doing that at your own rhythm for a few rounds here. We inhale through the nose. Exhaling through the nose, visualizing the breath moving from the crown of your head through your whole body and down out through the soles of your feet. Continuing. And if you like, you may want to bring a visualization of a warm light. So again, we inhale through the nose. And as we exhale through the nose, we can visualize that warm golden light moving with the breath from the crown of our head down through our body and out the soles of the feet. Continuing here, really just allowing this practice to anchor us in the present moment, to empower us to feel supported by the earth. And whenever you feel ready after your next exhalation, just returning to the effortless breath and rubbing your palms together, creating some warmth, connection between the palms. Depending on the temperature of your room, you might need to continue to feel the warmth. But whenever you do, you can rest your left palm on your heart, followed by the right palm. Really just sending that warmth into your heart, nurturing yourself here. Staying connected with the breath. And you might choose to bring the right hand down onto the solar plexus. Feeling the warmth of your hands. This gentle nourishment is an act of self-love. It's a beautiful way to start the day. Just connecting with what's alive for you. How is it to connect with your breath? Is it supportive? Or is it activating? Honoring your truth just the way you are. And you might like to send the breath into your palms, noticing any movement with the inhalation and with the exhalation. And you can keep your hands on your body if that's supportive, or you might like just to release your arms back down to your sides or even in your lap. Having your palms face down on your legs can again bring that sense of grounding. And from here, just returning to the evenness in your breath. Bringing a sense of evenness with the inhalation and with the exhalation. It may be helpful to add count. So the number is up to you, but we want the same number for the inhale and the same number for the exhale. So I recommend starting with 4, 6, or 8 counts. Letting go of the counting if it's not supportive. Again, you can stay here with the equal inhalation, equal exhalation, or you may choose to make it 4 parts, so 4 even parts. So if you would like to, you can do this with one round with me. So exhaling together, then inhaling to the count of 4. Holding the breath at the top for the count of 4. Exhaling to the count of 4. Holding the breath out to the count of 4. Inhaling to the count of your choice. Holding the breath at the top. Exhaling. Holding the breath out. And continuing here for a few minutes, bringing this evenness to all 4 parts of the breath, or staying with the even inhalation and exhalation, so the 2-part breath is also perfect. Staying grounded in the breath. Allowing the breath to anchor us in the present moment, harmonizing and balancing the nervous system. This helps us throughout our daily life, and even throughout the night can help support our sleep patterns. So releasing this breath practice when you're ready. Again, returning to the effortless flow from a place of observation. It's just witnessing the natural breath, allowing your natural rhythm to flow through you. And the next breath technique I'd like to introduce is the golden thread breath. So keeping your attention inward. Eyes can be softly closed. Just checking in with your body, making sure you're keeping that length in your spine, allowing the shoulders to drop away from the ears. And a lot of times we can hold pain or stress and tension in our jaw. So just letting that go, allowing the lips to part, the tongue to rest. And checking in with the space between your eyes, the eyelids, the eyebrows, just softening here. So this is a really great practice for releasing any pain or tension, whether it's emotional, physical, or mental. So to do this, we'll inhale through the nose. And to exhale, making a small circle, so parting the lips and having a slow, steady exhale, making a slight audible sound. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the parted lips. Slow and steady exhalation. Inhaling through the nose. And this time as you exhale, you might want to visualize a golden thread moving out from your mouth, across the room, and up into the sky. Following the golden thread. So continuing at your rhythm, inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth, visualizing that golden thread traveling out, up into the sky as far as you can see. Sipping the air in with the inhale. Releasing any tension with the exhale. Again, visualizing that golden thread moving out across the room as far as you can see. Sipping in the inhale through the nose. And letting it go through the mouth. Following that golden thread as far as you can see. Allowing the breath to keep us anchored in the present moment. Softening here. Ensuring the breath is soft and steady. Be here for just another minute. Completing one more round, sipping in the breath through the nose, releasing that golden thread out through the mouth, across the room and up into the sky as far as you can see. And when that cycle is complete, again, just coming back to that effortless, natural flow of your breath. And the invitation now is just to check in with yourself. What is alive for you? How has it been to connect with your breath? Maybe experiencing new techniques, maybe not. Just observing how this experience was for you, how your relationship is with the breath. Knowing that you can return to this breath, to even just breath awareness, or one of the techniques we covered today, the golden thread breath, the grounding breaths, the 4-part breath, or even just the evenness in the 2-part breath. And let's bring the hands together, the heart center, Anjali Mudra. And just sharing gratitude with yourself for being here today, for taking this time as an act of self-love, self-compassion. Sharing gratitude for your guides, ancestors, for all the great yogis and yogi masters who have shared these teachings with us. Sharing gratitude with all the teachers in your life. With great love and respect, I honor my heart, my true teacher. Thank you for joining me for this practice today. I would love to explore the breath further with you, so always feel free to reach out.